Hi everyone, this is Aaron with Crypto Trends, and today we're taking a closer look at Medibloc. Moving on, current market cap is $710 billion with a Bitcoin dominance of almost 33%. Just scrolling down the list, checking out how things are going, we have Bitcoin at almost 14,000. And it's, kind of staying pretty stable over the last 24 hours. The Ethereum is, wow, it's doing good. It's over $1,200. Ripple over $2, having a good day today. Cardano seeing some action. Looks like it's approaching $1. It's at almost 93 cents. Good old Litecoin hanging in there at almost 235. Now don't forget about Litecoin. Right now it has been kind of the forgotten child that's been stuck in a closet, right? But don't let Litecoin get out from under your radar. Moving on down the list. So we scroll on down. VeChain. Yeah, I love VeChain. It's at $6. Yeah, that's good. Okay, scrolling on down the list. Medibloc is currently at 59. So let's click on him. And we have a total market cap right now of 641 million with a total supply of 2 billion, almost 3 billion in circulating supply. That's a lot. But its total supply is 4 billion, so it's about 3/4 done with that. Its max supply is 10 billion. That's a lot of little tokens out there, isn't it? It's absolutely huge. 10 billion. Now, that might seem huge, but similar to Ripple, it's going to have a lot of transactions placed on this thing because that's how the data is going to be shared for people with, when they go see the doctor and stuff. There's going to be a lot of transactions that require their own little token. So in order for this thing to do its job, for Medibloc to do its job, it's going to need a lot of tokens. And that's just the nature of the beast. I would like to see this be much lower, that's for sure. But given for what it does, it needs that supply. Anyway, let's moving on to the chart. As you can see, it is growing. It's growing and it's looking nice. That's the all-time chart. Let's look at the 1 day. And it did okay. Did a big dip, and looks like it recovered, which is nice. Where can you get this thing at? Clicking on the Markets tab here. You can get it at Conrail and Gate.io. Unfortunately, right now, myself being a U.S. citizen, I cannot invest in this thing. Totally bummed. I wish I could, but I can't. But for others out there, woohoo. Good luck. Let's take a look at their social real quick. And they do have activity, which is always nice to see. So these are their tweets. You can check them out. Also, Reddit is a great place. Go and do research here. Get the feel of the people that are interested in this thing. And Reddit is just a fantastic place to go, really. Also, let's see what else they have going on. Okay, well, let's move on, shall we? Okay, so Medibloc. If we click on their website, which the link is right there, it takes you to this page. So Medibloc basically wants to reinvent the healthcare experience. They want to have a type of application of where medical records are stored on the blockchain. And the blockchain that they're utilizing is Qtum, which is an ERC20 token. And let's see, just looking at here, digital healthcare wallet. Doesn't that sound cool? So they want to have your personal healthcare information owned by you. Right now, do you own your own personal healthcare information? I don't think so. Also, this thing, the Medibloc, what they want to do is actually have it so you can, this is a real big thing, you can actually control who has access to your medical records. And you can give them permission to look at them. You can give them permission if they can actually modify your blockchain, your medical record, if something can be written to and stored in it. And that is a huge, huge thing. That's a big deal because people, one, they want to be able to see their own information about them, right? And they want to be able to control what others can do with it, especially with when it comes to healthcare. So you can take a look at this, scroll on down. You know, they have like a really good website here. It's well put together. They have like, pictures, so you can see, okay, well, here's your real-time patient database. And that's interesting. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that medical records can be absolutely enormous data-wise, where just imagine an MRI. That can take gigabytes of information. Now, that doesn't mean that, okay, well, your latest, CAT scan or whatever is going to be stored on this blockchain. It's not. It's going to be stored inside of a database. Hopefully databases that are distributed around where the medical community can say, okay, well, give me your Medibloc ID. Wham. Okay, yeah, I have access. Give me permission to view it. Okay, it does that. I can see the summary of the information. Okay, boom, let's bring up and access the database. And all of a sudden, here's your MRI scan. Here's your x-rays, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, this thing will help the doctors and healthcare providers access that data, which is a wonderful thing. Because you can think of like an emergency, or if you're in a different country and you get injured and they want your medical records, well, this will be one way on how that can actually happen, because they want to bring together the medical records from multiple healthcare providers. So it's basically a centralized type of thing, but not being centralized. In other words, they want to aggregate the information so doctors and healthcare providers can see it and access it in a far easier way than is currently available. So that's their whole thing on speeding that up and making it easier for healthcare providers while also providing you with the security of your data. Plus, you'll be able to see it. Looking here, I'm just scrolling down through the roadmap. Take a look at that. Right now, they got the crowdfunding done. They're currently working on their SDK, which is a software development kit for application developers like me. So I would take that SDK and I'd start making applications, creating software to access the database, to access, utilizing the meds, the med, MED, the meds that they're using, that they have 10 billion of. And here's an important thing, HL7. What is HL7 CDA? That is an ANSI standard for sharing, to having a standard format to share and integrate and exchange information, electronic healthcare information, that is. So this is a big deal, HL7. Also, with Medibloc, they want to be, what did they say in the white paper? HIPAA compliant. And that's a big deal to be HIPAA compliant, which means it'll be compliant in the U.S. And as everyone knows, the U.S. just loves medical stuff, and that's one thing to keep in mind. When this actually hits an exchange like Binance and Americans can buy it, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Here's their partners real quick. Take a look at them, do your homework. These guys have an outstanding team. Doctors are actually doing this. You have Dr. Ansel Lee, system architect, co-founder. He's a medical doctor and software engineer. He likes biomedical informatics. Bioinformatics. That's really interesting. That's quite an interesting field. The lead software engineers, he was the lead software engineer at Samsung. Samsung is huge, right? Plus, he's a dental surgeon. So he's a dentist and an engineer. And just scrolling down the list, good-sized team, highly qualified team, and then, of course, you have this wonderful component here for marketing, which who we call Miss Bitcoin Mai, and she is absolutely huge in Japan. If she says buy Medibloc, all the Japanese guys are going to go out and buy Medibloc. They won't care what the price is. Because she says so, they'll go buy it. That's, it's a real world thing. That's how it works, right? Scrolling on down the list. Okay, well, you guys can take a look at this on your own. They have a pretty good white paper. It goes into some depth, which is nice to see. They give you a lot of use cases down at the bottom. Just scroll on down and take a look at that. Okay, it's a well done white paper. So where do I see this thing going? Well, actually, stepping back a bit, I first did a remote viewing on this thing, and that was open to the public, where I did a video. Was in this video, 2018 top 5 long-term is for long-term holds for the coins. That's on December 31st. I published that, so go ahead and take a look at that video. That's where I first mentioned Medibloc. And we went over all this. Big thing here, personal medical records, retention, where you get to, copy your own. Anyway, going on to the remote viewing information. When I first looked at this, when it caught my eye, my attention was on the 23rd, and it was currently trading at 2 cents at that time. Right now it's at 21 cents, which means that it's almost a 10x from when I first looked at it till now. I couldn't buy it then, or I would have. I can't buy it now, or I would have. I'd like to buy this thing. I want to buy this thing. Hit Binance. Hit Binance is what I'm saying, Whoops. Okay, so its current market cap, let's just have some fun. Let's say that by the end of 2019, this thing hits a market cap of 10 billion, which won't even put it at the top 10 at that time, because the total market cap is right now is what, 700 something, is going to be in the trillions by 2019, right? So let's have a conservative estimate of 10 billion market cap for Medibloc. That would bring its price from 21 cents up to about $3.54, doing the math. And you can take the $3.50 roughly divided by the 21 cents, giving you a 16x. That's basically what I'm looking at for this coin to hit. What does one say to that? Can you buy it and hold it for that period of time? Yeah, sure. Why not, right? Would I go all in on this coin? No. Diversification. And that's if you like the coin, get it. If you're not feeling it, fine. Go on to something that you like, that you think is a good long-term hold. And that's really important. But this has been a closer look at Medibloc, and if you like the video, hit that hit that like button, that thumbs up. If you want notification of the next video when I release it, hit the little bell and subscribe. Have a great day, guys, and thanks for watching. Best of luck to all of you, really.